This is a breaking news alert. We now have video from outside the White House where another person has jumped the fence. The jumper scaled the north lawn fence and can be seen kicking a dog.
Hurricane is my whole life. You know, we do everything together. It's such an incredible, special bond. You really never leave each other's side. You're together all day at work and all day at home.
The jumper was then stopped and subdued by Secret Service on the lawn. The Secret Service swarming the suspect, who was taken away in handcuffs. We will bring you more on this breaking news as we get it.
After the events of October 22nd, 2014, seeing what he was willing to put on the line for me, it just takes that bond to another level. You know, if I ever had to choose between me or him, I would choose him. And that's an easy choice to make because he chose me. He did choose me. My name's Marshall Mirarchi. I'm a former Secret Service Special Operations Canine handler. This is my dog, Hurricane. He is now retired. We worked together from 2012 until 2016. Working Secret Service, working in protection, it's 99%, waiting for something to happen and 1% something actually happening. So you have to stay vigilant at all times. The dog adds so much to what the team can do. He's there to protect us.
Very few canines are able to make it into this program and be successful. They have to make it through the medical. They have to have the proper temperament. They have to display the proper drives. They have to be social enough to work with a team. They have to make it through a very difficult 11-week course.
So the first day of canine training, when I showed up, you're not sure what to expect. Never had a dog before. I went into the kennels. All the dogs are barking, jumping at the fence. I went down the line. I saw an all-black Belgian Malinois, which I've never seen before. When I saw him, I knew. He stopped barking. He was the only dog in there that stopped barking and just stared at me. I took that as a sign that was going to be the dog that I let out to walk. We hit it off immediately. We were a perfect match for each other.
Our canine program is second to none.
We have complete confidence in the canine's ability to perform at the highest levels.
These dogs can literally, like a light switch it on and off.
On October 22nd of 2014, it was about 7:30, I believe. It was completely dark out. I was just watching my sector, watching the fence line like I always do. Hurricane was actually awake. He's usually in the back snoring and sleeping. They get very used to patterns and knowing what's out of place. He just started giving off some mannerisms in the back seat that were kind of weird, that caught my attention. When I looked up, I saw someone coming up over the fence. The team on the west side of the north grounds, one of the teams over there deployed out on him, deployed with the dog. Since it was out of our sector, we were just holding our position. From where I could see, the team deployed on the individual, and they went to send the dog in, but the leash actually got caught and the dog was not able to fully deploy. At that point in time, President Obama and the First Lady and both daughters were all right inside the residence, right essentially where the individual was heading. Once I realized that the situation looked like it was about to break bad, I deployed Hurricane from the other side of the north grounds, it's a very large distance. When they come out of the car, they know something's happening, but they don't know exactly what's happening. When you send the dog in to apprehend a suspect, you can't tell them it's the fourth guy, not the first couple of guys. That's when all your training hours come in. Once I realized that he locked onto the individual, I deployed him, and the second he got past the last team member, who was actually had the individual at gunpoint, he took off into the air and leaped, and he took the individual clean off his feet.
Marshall was exactly where he needed to be at the exact time. Hurricane engaged the individual, stopped the forward progression of this individual who was adamant on getting past the team.
The individual was not responding to any pain tolerance at all. Hurricane would bite him in the leg and he would stomp on him with his foot. He would switch around to the back, the chest, the hip. They were in a war. That's something you don't see in training. That's something you don't see out on the street. You don't see an individual fight like that. You have a 200-pound man and a 68-pound dog. It was It was quite a fight. The individual got about halfway up the north grounds. Hurricane actually pushed him all the way back throughout the fight, still continuing to push him back, and got him all the way to the fence. It was very hard to watch. I've never had to see my dog get hit like that, slammed like that, kicked, punched. And that's when I noticed all the blood on him. Didn't know if it was blood from him or blood from the suspect. He was cut up pretty good from the fight. Didn't know what state of mind he was in either. I didn't know if the adrenaline would wear off for him and he would start to show some signs of pain or what, but I knew it was bad. It was tough. It was the longest 5-minute car ride of my life. Hurricane went in and did that so we didn't have to. That's his job, that's his purpose. He will take that to the end if he has to.
To ask a dog in their first live deployment to not only survive but win at that level of combat is something that most would never ask.
Our training staff, we owe them a huge credit to be able to operate at the level that we do within the Canine program. It's one of the best in the world.
We're incredibly proud of him and his handler for having completed the mission at such a high level.
Hurricane adopted retired life very quickly. If anyone's earned it, he has. He's an old man now, so I have to be careful with how much I work him. As much as he loved to work, he also loves being a dog. All the stuff we do now, the hikes, the runs, he eats it up. I think he's very, very happy. Hurricane receiving the PDSA Order of Merit is absolutely incredible honor. It will be the highlight of his career by far.
This award is for everybody who's part of the program. It's a unique group of handlers, a unique group of trainers, and Marshall and Hurricane highlighted how special all of them are.
With all the training, they know their job very well. That's their job, is to protect the team. It was unfortunate what happened to him. It upset me a lot, seeing him get hit like that and get hurt. He did what he was supposed to do. He served his purpose as a working dog. He gets to say he stopped somebody from getting in the front door of the White House where the president and his family was right there. That's something really special.